Hello, Exeter, and today I have Dwane Staples here in the spotlight.
Car, so turned up, and then after that I bent over.
All right, Dwane.
Good morning, Garrett. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. So I'm used to seeing you at the Swissy Trustees Board meetings, but I have learned a little bit about you. I've done my homework. I've followed you to the grocery store. I've taken some notes, and I've asked questions. So apparently you are a Sax man of Exeter, a part of the Masons Lodge here in Exeter, a landscape man, and then at one point you were the president of the New Hampshire Ice Hockey League, or the Amateur Ice Hockey League.
Correct. The saxophone was during high school, so I have not picked that instrument up for a long, long time.
So no Careless Whisper.
No, not at this point, no.
Or Clarence Clemens. All right, so well, we'll start with what you do for work. I mean, what got you into landscaping of all things?
I started that early. I worked for several landscape companies early in my career, coming out of high school, and I loved the green industry, and I just pursued that as a career. I've worked several other jobs, but the landscape industry is where I felt that I wanted to be. I had started my business in 1981 and have maintained it. At one point, we did a lot of landscape maintenance, and I had some big crews, and I have since cut back on that. So, and at one point, also, my company took care of the Swissy Parkway.
Nice. Nice. And from being the landscape guy there, did that get you into, or somehow get you involved with being in the Swissy Park?
I would say it had a little bit to do with that. I really got involved down there when Doug Dicey was the chairperson of the Parkway, and we made some changes in how the Parkway looked down there. He was very supportive of that, and I made some suggestions. The Parkway is a gem of Exeter. It will have been there almost 100 years coming up. 1930 is when they turned that over to the town. And I think that the legacy of Ambrose Swissy should be continued on for the reasons that he built the Parkway for Exeter. I got involved with the Board of Trustees because I had a friend on there, and I thought it would be a good way to try and help him and contribute something back to the town.
Nice. Nice. And is this something also, like when you were doing, like when you became the president of the Amateur Ice Hockey League of New Hampshire, or a group like the Masons Lodge, would that be, or an organization I should say, was that something that carried on, like you wanted to keep giving, or?
Well, I got involved with hockey because my boys played, and being in the landscape industry in the wintertime, I had some time. So, excuse me, I never really wanted to aspire to be the head of the associations, but it just so happened that I did. There were two local associations that I was involved with that I was president at times, and then I became the president of New Hampshire Amateur Youth Hockey, and I served on that state staff board for quite a number of years. I love the sport. I did some coaching with some other people. I never coached my own children. And I still love the sport. I've worked at the Academy ice rink for a number of years, and that is not a job to me. It's fun because I get to watch some hockey, I get to drive the Zamboni and make ice, and it's again, it's just fun for me.
Yeah.
I love to watch the youth hockey games. I love to watch the prep school games, the high school games. I just love the sport.
Yeah.
I never played myself.
So, do you also watch Major League too?
I do watch some, yep.
Okay. So what's your favorite team?
I would say that the Bruins are probably my favorite team.
And your prediction for the Bruins this year?
I hope they have a good season.
All right. And so then the last question, moving on over to the Masons Lodge. So I'm kind of interested because it seems like an under-the-radar charity group. So what got you kind of geared towards something like that?
The Masons have a youth group called DMLA for the boys and Remove for the girls. I was in DMLA, and then actually growing up here in Exeter, our neighbor was a Mason. So at the time you had to be 21 years or older to join. When I turned 21, I asked if I could join the Blue Lodge down here. Went through, so I joined in 1979. I was master of the Blue Lodge down here twice. I have been president of the Masonic Association down there since 1998. I've been on the Masonic Association board since 1989. We manage the building. We have the two storefronts that rent from us, Pictures Worth Bookstore and the Craft Center, and both have been long-term renters there. The Craft Center is, I think it's about 55 years that they've been there, if not a little bit longer, and the bookstore is about 30 years, maybe coming up on 40. So.
Now, do you guys actually get out some hammers and chisels when you meet and do some stonework?
No, we're what we call speculative masons, speculative masonry now. The operative masonry was back in the King Solomon's time. So they were stonemasons. They did create the buildings and monuments out of stone. So that dates way back to King Solomon time and even before that.
All right. Well, Dwane, that is exciting. Well, I mean, I guess today, nowadays, are kind of Masons more in the charitable sense or the community activities sense. Neat, though.
We do charitable work. The lodge here in town does support we support the Christmas parade. One of the Masons, one of the members of our lodge that was a Mason was Franny Wentworth, who owned Wentworth Lumber on Portsmouth Ave, and he was Santa Claus in town for a lot of different events in town for years, and we feel that is important to support the Exeter Christmas Parade, especially in his memory. So we do that. We do some other charitable work. And again, we're a fraternal organization. So we have meetings once a month. And I enjoy it. And I think all the people that are involved enjoy it.
So, Mr. Charity Man, is there anything else you would like to share today?
Just that I've grown up in Exeter, went to school in Exeter, graduated high school from here. I think Exeter has a lot to offer. Certainly, I stayed in Exeter, and I like the town. I've seen a lot of changes since the 70s. Some change has been hard to accept, I think, over times, not only for myself, but for some of the longtime residents. But it is a nice place, and Exeter does have a lot to offer, and it will be interesting to see how it continues to change and evolve. But I hope it stays that quaint New England town so that the future generations can enjoy that.
Yeah. All right, Dwane, thank you.
Thank you for the invitation.
And you heard it, Exeter. If you are interested in being in the spotlight or recommending someone, you can contact us at extvg@exeternh.gov. Thank you, and have a great day.